Good evening and welcome to Hang Out in the Crib with the Battle Pirates Crib crew. I am the BP Professor, and with us tonight we've got Holsch.
Howdy, everyone.
And Hefe.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
And Nantucket. There. Tucky. All right. He had a rough he had a rough time molesting a panda, and he's all tired out.
See, at least you stopped it at that point.
Yeah. Well, the panda's tired too. Wait, where's the panda? Oh, there he is.
Yeah. At least the panda's in one piece.
Yeah, the panda's still in one piece. All right. Let's see if I can fix my webcam. Sorry for the jarring video. I'm sure if you're watching this live, it's probably really nauseating, very unprofessional.
Yeah.
But
you
anyway,
stuffed panda lovers. Stuffed panda lovers at home.
Yeah.
And all those stuffed panda lovers at home. They might be upset as well.
They might be offended. Yeah. You're not wrapped up, are you? Okay. All right. So anyway, I'm drinking bourbon this evening because it's still out of beer.
You're still out of beer? What happened?
Just haven't bought beer.
Is it snowing there or something?
No. Just haven't bought beer.
Okay.
It'll all be okay. I'll start the slides. We got new stuff.
Okay.
We got stuff from Holsch. And let's get rolling.
Okay.
So first, the young lady trying to fix her bug that was apparently shot up, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not sure what she was up to at all. Yeah.
But she looks kind of tired
she made it
too.
through.
Maybe she was molesting a panda.
It's a possibility. I don't know. But.
Yeah. So let's see. So they fixed SSKP was not stacking with other stuff, notably Thermobaric 4.
Yeah. As far as I know, that's the only thing it wasn't stacking with.
Yeah, I think so. I couldn't do it before, and I was checking just before the show, and it looked like I could throw that on there. So I think the build people like for the new Executioner is Thermobaric 4, SSKP, and then Fire Support M, or maybe even Scramjet 3.
I think we have a slide on that, so we'll.
Okay, we can discuss. All right, cool.
Yeah. Then,
okay. Updated Siege CIC bonus to apply to Chameleon CR Prime. I guess if you plan on relying on those Chameleons, you need all the help you can get.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, we do not have any Chameleon build slides tonight, so I'll back in a couple of months, and maybe we'll have some for you.
Good luck, losers. I've made my opinion on the generous souls clear before. I'm making it clear again.
And the Chameleon has less of a role because the only thing they've talked about is the fact that you might get more points on expeditions, and I'm like, okay, we're going to build a fleet for expeditions. I need to define the role for this hull. Like Zealous had a role, maybe an unintentional role, but it had a role. This one, I'm yet to see its role. So,
yeah. Scroll bars would scroll too far, apparently. I never saw it.
Yeah, that was only in. I think that was in the R&D. I'm not sure when that happened. That's so general that we don't even know what the problem is. Sort of like the first one, they should have just told us. Didn't stack the Thermobaric 4. People would understand what they're talking about, as opposed to this, overly vague stuff that people don't understand. But whatever.
Okay. And then fixed where the Executioner 2 wouldn't display within the base planner. This happened last time they added a new turret too. It didn't display in the base planner, I think.
Yeah, what's the corrosive one that we have?
Oh, the adder.
Adder, yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
The black adder.
Hey, George. Father George.
Hi, guys.
Welcome.
Yep.
Okay, Thermobaric 4.
Yeah, I mean, basically, you were mentioning one build, and what goes on with this one, at least from what I've seen, is the fact that the Thermobaric 4 blocks the fire support platform M.
No, I don't think it
And
does anymore.
it does. I mean, you can double check. Double check. I guess you can't. Somebody else want to double check? It was blocking it last time I looked. It's now allowing the SSKP. It's not allowing fire support M. So what's going on? You have Thermobaric 4, which is the upper left, which provides 50% projectile penetrating damage and projectile speed. And then you have Thermobaric Casing 3, which provides 41. You're blocked from adding an additional plus 31 penetrating damage. So basically, the advantage that you're getting out of using Thermobaric Casing 4 at this point in time, I did mention it to somebody that, hey, did you figure it out?
Yeah, it looks legal to me.
One of the boys back there taught me where
Does
Did we
fire
lose
support
halfway?
M?
Oh,
Yeah, so there's fire support M, Thermobaric 4, SSKP.
Okay, so they did and try to add in, what's the other fire support one? With its fire support, okay, try to add the other one in. Okay, so
What other one?
they did change it. There's another one that adds damage, another fire support one. It looks very similar. I can't remember the name of it. Okay. Drop SSKP and put in.
What do you want?
Go to it. Click on it. There's another one that's also provides additional. It's that one right there on the right underneath the priority targeting.
This
Trading
one?
damage plus 25. Okay, yeah, look at that. They did just say. Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
See,
so you could
now
add
look at your damage now.
1 million.
Yeah, now his damage is up. Yeah, his damage is up over 1 million. So yeah, they did find. Okay, when I tested it, that wasn't working for me. Okay, this is cool. I guess they did make this change. I did make a suggestion on this one. Okay, so they're over 1 million right now, and you don't have. I'm assuming you're using Scourge.
Not right now.
What are you
I'm
using?
Draconian still.
what's
And
the
Draconian.
Legion would give me missile
Yeah.
bonus.
Yeah, so you would add another 20% on top of this, as far as your
It's pretty
damage.
hot.
Yeah. So yeah, they made more changes than I thought that they did earlier. Yeah, this is the Thermobaric 4 is in line for all sorts of options at this point as far as doing maximum damage. So cool.
Okay.
Very, very cool. Okay.
All right, let's keep rolling. VXP weekend this weekend, as usual. Siege style target. So, you could either suicide or you could clear the target to get the VXP tokens. But doing damage to buildings doesn't get you VXP.
Fun times.
Yeah.
Right?
It's it.
Yeah, I mean,
Basically, it appears
that's
to
all
say-
sorts of fun, right?
Yeah.
What's the most efficient way to kill my ships?
How fast can I kill them? I gotta put engines so I can kill them fast.
Mhm. Yeah.
All
I need to
right.
figure this out. But
It's just dumb. All right. Skirmish target transition. We're gonna get some more smaller skirmish targets. We've had the 75 for a little while, and now we're gonna get 35s and 57s.
And they pay out the same, I believe, right?
Don't know. I haven't hit them.
I don't know.
yeah.
I'm not thrilled with this all that much.
Yeah.
Except for. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, maybe we'll talk about this a little later when Holsch comes up, but when you're a new player, getting uranium is the first special resource you want to get. And the ship in the foundry to get it with is the Hellwraith.
Shark.
Well, Tiger Shark or Hellwraith. I didn't see a point in building the Tiger Shark because it's even worse than the Hellwraith.
Yeah.
But the point is, you don't have Tide Seekers. You only have these subs, and I have a hunch that a low end Hellwraith is not gonna do so great, but I'll find out soon.
Yeah, it was a nice change from the 35 previously. I took 40 some damage, and George took an hour of damage on the 35. And I autoed one today. It took a long path, but I only got 90 seconds of damage on my hunters. So
all right. Well, that's pretty good.
Back within reason on the 35. I haven't tried any of the other ones. I don't need the uranium. I just wanted to test for the show.
Okay. Well, that's something.
How are the resources? Did you catch that, Jeff?
I think I got close to 400%, but these are on hunters, so I think that was 27 million.
Okay.
So it's still not
wonderful, great, but yeah, better than before.
Yeah.
Well, better than some of the targets we've been seeing that give us like nothing.
Yeah.
Well, it's the higher end ones that give you nothing.
Which makes no sense, but
Yeah.
Welcome to Battle Pirates, George.
Yep. I should know better than to think common sense would be somewhere in here.
Yeah. All right, 2 weeks left for the old targets, but well, there you go.
Ooh, all right. It's part of our new little feature here. Holsch should start up his own little alt base, and so it's going to be I think you're 32 right now, or 34.
34, fixing to be 35.
Fixing to be, but yeah. Last night you were at 30, right? So you were still 32. Okay, it must have been the night before you were at 30. We're going to help everybody that's new to the game. We're going to path Holsch's journey through puberty. Because you're not really a man until you hit 50, and then you really wish you weren't. So we're going to highlight some of the issues that Holsch has found, during this journey. So I think the first one deals with the build times on the recommended ships. As we see on the left-hand side, the Inferno Dragon has a hull build time of 2 days and 2 hours, while you're over 5 days for the Punisher, which you can get in Tier 1 in the FM. And we're only dealing with FM hulls at this point in time. So, Holsch, do you have any thoughts on this? I mean, I know you get a 3-day build token with some extra points, and it's not that much longer to complete the build because the technology available to put on this ship doesn't have really long build times.
Yeah, the thing is that, like, it's just so long. Just even with the 3-day token, it's still longer than our new ship that just came out, which is kind of weird, considering that you would think low levels would be advancing faster, but they're not. So, although I wish now, whenever I was talking to Larry, he brought up a good point, because I was going to just skip the Punisher and go straight to like the Citadel, but the resource count for that hull is 60 million. So unless you have a decent resource hauler, you're going to be waiting a long time to get all those resources to get that hull to even get something that will do the FM consistently other than Punisher.
Yeah, because I'm sorry, go ahead.
As a little sneak preview to what Holsch is going to run into, because I started an alt a while back, although I wasn't as religious about documenting it. as I'm sure Holsch will be. And what I run into in trying to do higher up FM targets is dock space. So I built some Punishers and some Citadels, and it's like, okay, let's roll these guys out, but I can't put them all in a fleet even. And to build the fleet, to build my dock up high enough to do that, I need uranium, and uranium's hard to come by on your own. I'm really not asking for help. But essentially, I don't have a fleet that can get uranium, and to build anything that can, I just mentioned it before. It seems like the Hellwraith is the only thing, and Hellwraiths are also a long build. So I guess the lesson of the story is if a low level asks you for help getting like uranium, be sympathetic.
Yeah, I think the uranium is a major problem because, I mean, your FM is the only way about to get it unless you use the old spawn or the old salvage glitch where you take over one salve and you get uranium every time you take it. But that's still around, sadly, but they never fixed it. But it's just a 7-day build time for the Hellwrath that probably would barely even do the lowest level skirmish target, probably, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Probably even need better tech with it to even do it. So, and how are you going to get the tech? That's another question.
Mm-hmm. And there's a few more clicks on this one.
Sure. So there's a Berserker. That's 2.5 days. I thought these are going to be cool. Actually, I built one with that alt and decided it wasn't.
I was going to say, like, is the Berserker any good for anything anymore? Just because you can't even use its best attribute anymore.
It's not. I was hoping it would be.
Well, the reason I put it up there is because it's in the Foundry. You know, as far as obtaining the technology for low-level players, it's the first level in the Foundry as far as the garrison halls.
What's the Foundry?
There's no tokens.
Isn't that like that arena thing somewhere? I mean, I think it's forgotten and in the corner collecting dust again. Yeah,
there's a high potential for that. And there's no tokens available for the Berserker. So, yeah, there's a couple more clicks. You know, what I view as low levels. But
so here's the Citadel.
Tier 2 in the FM.
Yeah, still, not a bad build time, especially compared to that Punisher.
But it's not a good time right next to the Inferno Dragon, though, right?
Yeah.
And there's another one.
And Zealous. Zealous are really attractive for the FM for a new player, but that build time is punishing. Almost 8 days just for the bare haul.
Yeah. It's a lot. Actually, I thought they actually reduced the resources for that, so now the Citadel is just random oddball out and resource need.
Yeah.
So.
And that's it. Here, I'll show you that Hellwraith design that I got built. There you go. So, Sharon Torps, stuff you can get from Tier 3 of the FM, the Sharons and the speed system, and even the strike warheads.
And how long of build time was it?
Pretty bad. I built this in stages. The Sharons don't take too long to build, but just the base hull and then the specials.
Just push design mode, Larry.
Oh yeah. 12-day, 19-hour.
Wow.
I mean, for a hull that's basically a shitty hull, right?
Yeah.
I mean, with all the rebalancing for the lower stuff, I mean, why can't they just do like a global? Hey, if this is a tier 5 or lower hull, it's a 5-hour build. Come on.
Yeah, or even 1 day, 2 days. It's rough. These low end hulls are just it's very off-putting.
And the one hull that is actually viable from the Foundry that you could actually probably get stuff is the Apollo, but then it's like that's the least needed hole out of all the holes to have because it's titanium.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Well, although when you hit level 50, you start getting a assault campaign in your daily. So level
that's true.
50 to 79 gets this chest that's an assault, and it's assault. It looks like the two are both assault campaigns.
Okay. Yeah, that is true. But I mean, I went and looked at the Apollo, and it's still a 5-day build
Yeah.
blank. So
Yeah, what did I design? I thought I designed an Apollo. Here, let me see if let me pull that up real quick.
oh, and another point is just like they don't have the ironclad should be in the foundry, but it's not.
Here,
'Cause
the
that would
Apollo.
be a very helpful thing.
This Apollo came up over 10 days. Blades, and I don't have the obstacle tracker yet, but I think that's an FM thing.
Yeah. Yeah. It shouldn't take nearly that long for a.
A
I
low
mean,
end
the
haul.
Apollo is a little bit better. Apollo's a little bit more useful, but even
if you
that
took-
is still.
If you took this 5-day haul, right, and you made it 1 day or you made it 2 days, right, then it would be 5 or 6 days to build this ship, which feels a little more reasonable.
Yeah. Yeah. And another, yeah.
So there you go.
Fun.
Okay.
Bishops rock.
Yeah, how was the raid? I'll go first. I used my Hydras, which I was able to finish my Hydra fleet, and I hit campaign targets over and over. And with the Blood Hydra healing everybody else, my repair time per target once the Hydras got damaged down to 75% was between 5 and 20 minutes. So I got a lot of points and spent hardly any coin, less than 10 coin.
I'll say what I did. I just auto day sets real fast and just ended up with getting everything, and it wasn't too bad.
Was that with you had a boon? I'm assuming.
Yes. But, I mean, I probably could have even done it without it. Probably because I didn't really start using the healing stuff until the second or the third and fourth day. So
The damage went up.
yeah. Well, no, my damage was constant. It was consistently
Okay.
consistent-ish. I mean, my highest, I had an hour damage or an hour and a half damage on one hit, then a 30-minute damage on one hit, and those were both in the first day. And after that, I didn't get any above 20 minutes. So
Yeah, I'm the first like 36 hours, I was able to auto assets for pretty much most of the time, 75% of the time, I was getting instant repair on the map. And then after about 36 hours, that creeped up to about 15 to 20 minutes, which were required going back and then pulling them apart and repairing them and then putting them back in the water. And I chose not to do that personally. I took advantage of the boon at that point, where I would just go out and hit and use the boon to heal my ships. And I was able to hit for hours, get 50 million, 60 million, and not have to go back to repair. Then I would go back to repair, and then I would just repair the boon for an hour or so, and then go back out. I got over 400 million, and I accidentally spent 3 coins because of the instant, the repair thing wasn't, was grayed out, and then I clicked on it a couple times, and then I ended up spending a coin or 2 at that point, a couple of times. So, but I think about 3 or 4 coins I ended up spending. So, George, you had a different experience. You were hitting the.
I
were
was
hitting the
autoing. Yeah, I was autoing the S targets for the Bucks, and I had. I actually caught the Buck, stopping short. The weird thing is the first day for most of the day up until about dinner time, I was not having any issues at all. It was running well, everything was nice and stable, and then it started having some wonky things happen. Um, they did okay. I mean, I ran way too many of them, but I also was autoing them, not really caring, so that was good. I did find some funky things with crews. That one I'm still unsure of. I'm not 100% sure on it yet. I am fairly confident that the building damage crew, or the building damage in the crews was not working. I did not see any difference in my time to kill. The demo squad did work.
Sometimes.
Most of the time. It was just that you had to take several samples because it was such. I mean, it was the whole thing was consistently inconsistent. I mean, that's about as well as
Yeah,
I think what I want to say.
George, I sent you that table, and I posted it at one point as far as like 10 hitting a B1 10 times with no crew, and then hitting it 5 times with a crew. There was a 70% increase in damage, but I'm assuming they were tweaking the damage on the other side. So I don't think it was really related to the crew. Maybe the crew was doing nothing, but I really doubt the crew was increasing the damage by that amount.
The other thing is there's so much RNG crap in the targets that it's really not. Like I said before, I think last month, it doesn't feel like I'm hitting a siege target anymore. Damage is coming from ship damage instead of, turret damage, and I don't know.
Yeah, I tried autoing A sets with my Bucks while doing the Hydra targets, and every once in a while, my fleet would just vanish, and I don't know whether it was stopping short, or my other theory is like a buoy would get dropped, and so then they'd turn around and follow the buoy through a cloud or something like that. But yeah, I just quit doing it because it was just so aggravating.
Yeah, even watching it was weird to watch on a lot of the targets because you watched it, it would start the target, it would move along in a particular direction that made sense. And then it would want to go backwards and hit some target that was way far away. And then it would just change its mind and head back on a regular path. And I saw that going on. And I also saw, especially in the 81s, once you got to the far eastern side of it, I'm like, oh, okay, my target should be over. Then I would look at it. My ships are just sitting there in the middle of the open water getting turrets fired at them. That was pretty, that was consistently the 81 where it would just take too long. I did have an example in the 83 where it nuked my whole fleet, except for my boon. My boon was still alive at like 50% health, but everything else was dead. There was some really weird things going on, considering these are supposed to be the auto targets. And I guess we'll talk about that in a little bit as far as what does an auto target mean and what is auto short for.
I actually have more concerns after seeing the FM prizes coming out. I mean,
we're going to talk about those targets, but we'll go through the evolution of what we've been communicated by from Kickside as far as what is the auto haul.
I wasn't talking about the targets. I was talking about the prizes, because the prizes, that special, kind of seems to imply that we're not going to be autoing.
Okay. Well, we can get to that as far as, once I think you're talking about the lowered, whatever, the one that shortens the ballistic range.
Increases the speed. Why do you need an increase in speed if you're autoing? And then More deflection.
Yeah, but not that much more. 100, yeah. We'll get to that. I mean, the first one is a lot of people providing the message from Kixeye. This is chronological, everybody. This is starting from the first message I could find as far as the Buccaneer being the auto haul. So this is December 13th, where our Major Rampage is referring this is the auto haul. I think and then our moderator Laredo, who felt left out last week because he wasn't included in our host of the week, saying level 81, 83, and 85 targets for the Bucc. We're trying to tune them to be a true auto target with the help of folks in the preview. So, and then we got, let's see who's next. The 80s are meant to be auto targets for the Bucc. I was ordering each target for 18 minutes to 1.5 hours of damage. So we're getting this message that the Bucc is the auto haul. That we don't know what auto means at this point, but let's go on. Let's see. Vengeful One's just saying, giving advice as far as how to help you auto a target. Let's go on. And then Specs is even being more helpful by providing a shipyard code for his Buccaneer fleet. It's able to auto a tier 8 target in the campaign tower from 2 to 4 hours on.
Two to 4 hours. What?
Well, with no rad, with no charge armor. Rad charge armor.
No rad charge.
And he's,
yeah, but in January, none of us had rad
again,
charge armor.
Yeah. All right. And then there's a ticket that's been filed. And that's basically somebody's complaining. This is during the raid. Alpha Wolf is complaining that his fleets are stopping on auto, and these issues getting blocked on my side. These issues surfaced due to the incompetence of game data to the can you read that rest of it? It's getting blocked on my side.
Incompetence of game data to be rendered smoothly on the platform that you are playing. While we've logged the errors
I'm sorry.
We've logged the errors and troubles slapped on the game in this event so that we may work hard to get them rectified and implement a better gameplay in the coming whatever.
Yeah. And eventually he got 40 or 50 coins because of that. Then I filed a ticket. I'm sorry to hear that your fleet got stuck in a target. I'd like to inform you that the end result of combat depends on the strategic gameplay exhibited and the player input involved in striking the target. Also, the autopilot AI is not ideal to win over event bases. These targets do need human inputs to finish it off. These targets are specifically designed for the strategic mindset rather than just exhibiting a casual gameplay. So please reframe your strategy. That much easier. I was complaining about the fact that I would enter a target and my ships would just be stopped. And you can click one more.
Nope. That?
No, you skipped twice.
Shame on you.
Okay. Yeah. No. I was just, letting them know. Would anybody else like to read the first sentence and explain it to me? This is after I sent them that.
No, I wanted to gouge my eyes out after I read this one. I'm good.
I would like to inform you that ships running in auto mode in the combat runs only in one strategy, whereas ships will destroy the targets in a certain sequence, which resulting you in ships getting stuck in combat in front of the turret.
I can't believe you did that with a straight face.
Well, you
All
heard
right,
me stop
so-
one.
So even though we have no idea what that means, we're getting the impression that they've changed their tone from autoing targets to whatever that means. I don't know what that means.
You in ships.
The
Yes.
YouTube. You should go and check
Yes.
the YouTube.
Actually, I did. As part of my response, I did say that because at one point, E. Rakin was on the TFC show, and he was talking about this is on the end of the year show, how he was glad everybody was seeing how much better the auto targets were working. And I did tell him to take a look at the YouTube, see why I thought that autoing these targets was a good idea and was a good strategy. So as we'll move on, we'll see, some of the same moderators were either, telling people this is a true auto haul and whatnot, going to, if you blind auto a target, you can only blame yourself.
Yeah, I'm not too thrilled with that one.
Nope.
Okay, and then there's another one.
Is there? Oh, there it is.
Auto is never reliable, and should you realize that AI is not going to be perfect and drive or function as if it had a human being behind it. We are not running a game powered by Watson.
See, that's
that obvious.
Tone, it's that tone, but it's that tone that really annoys the shit out of me on responses in the forums. It's the better than thou, holier than thou, smarter than you type of response. That's bullshit.
This is the same person that gave you his build codes.
Yeah, that's true.
His build code, in order to auto a target. Now he's acting like you're an idiot for having a memory that lasts past a month or past a couple of hours. And that's, again, we've all jumped to the assumption that auto means automatic. One more click.
Evening, gentlemen. You all right?
Not now.
Just in time for automatic.
I just wanted to kind of butt in
automates in there
with your descriptions and everything.
You didn't put automate in there? What the fuck, dude?
Autoerotic.
Yeah. So I think the player base potentially had jumped to the wrong conclusion on which auto, because I think I looked it up. There's 850 some words that start with auto. And we all falsely jumped to the assumption that it was automatic. It must have been one of these other 850 some words, to be honest. So I don't know. I'm not sure what was going on there. It would be nice if they're going to tell us.
You're thinking Kixeye gets really excited when I take my Buccaneers into an 83 and they vanish?
I'm not sure who gets excited by that. There's a potential that somebody does.
Not me.
I'm not even saying. Yeah. I mean, there's people that do all sorts of awful things to themselves. So I don't even know what's going on there. But it was just. I just wanted to take you through the journey as far as the message that's been coming out, as far as what auto means. So I guess we can move on to more productive stuff. I just wanted to get that out of the way.
Here's your new 117. If you haven't been in one yet, they're all over the place. Okay.
Yeah. They're more than. I mean, have you hit some of the people that have hit them either recently or whatnot? These targets show a lot of different qualities than we saw in the 115.
The one
some
thing
of the qualities include. Go ahead.
So one of the things you want to be aware of is these ships on the outside. They will die quick, but they spot for the mastodons in the center. So those will bring down a lot of missiles on you if you get in range. The mortar fire in these is pretty heavy. They're going to overwhelm a lot of countermeasures. So watch out for that, or keep moving. Those are probably two big, kind of obvious tips, but worth saying if you haven't done it yet.
Yeah, and the walls are crazy hard.
Walls are very, very hard. Yes.
Yeah. And it looks very similar, but the target plays much differently. The mortars are faster. There's a lot more stuff coming at you than what you had before, but you could isolate more damage. If you look around that center hub, there's a lot of mortars surrounding it. And then what Larry mentioned earlier with the mastodons in the center, overwhelming your countermeasures. So it's an interesting target, and there's too many of them right now. And let's one more. There's a couple more clicks here, Larry.
There you go.
I actually wanted to mention too the executioner turrets on that target. They spit out this little gray tiny missile that I have not seen get shot down yet. So
yeah,
I still have to test a little bit on that one, but it's unless you actually slow down the video or actually take the video and go through it, you might miss it until it's too late.
Yeah, I've seen those. They're nasty.
Yeah, and so as probably a lot of players have seen, all I'm seeing is 103s and 117s as far as the 100 targets in my sector. But they're going to fix that, and that should be fixed in 9 minutes, according to the next click. The big thing in here is people have been running running these with icebreakers. This is the mild version of the target, which is going to get up as more people have Infernos, as we said on the last one. So,
and that kind of worries me because I don't know what they're going to change to make it harder. So are we supposed to design around what we're seeing, or, guess?
Well, it sounds like damage reduced, so maybe it's just they've turned down the damage.
Yeah, they're just going to make it more damage. So
let's pump it to 11.
R16, baby.
There we go.
Woohoo! All right. Some new Buccaneer equipment in the FM. We got this another Pack 3, let's call it, phased attack cannon. And if you compare this to the Pack 2, it's got a little heavier, a little more damage.
It's 15% more damage, 15% more damage, and 15% more weight. So it's doing pretty much exactly the same DPS per ton. The reload is the same. So it's. I was going to do the normal damage every time when I compare weapons, but there's no reason because it's reload. The reload staying consistent. Same. Yeah, so it's just a 15% increase in weight, and I think in time as well, because I think it was a 13-hour build before. I didn't check that one out as much, but it is 15% for weight and damage. I would just, if you have 15 days of build tokens like I do, I would probably put them in until your weight becomes an issue. If you feel comfortable with your specials and your armor and everything else, I wouldn't start taking stuff off because you're not getting more damage per weight unless they started adding deflection or other things in here.
Yep. And then the special here, the little colored
thingamabob.
Yeah, Lord Cannon Mount.
The implications of this is what kind of worry me, because we have an increased combat speed, we have shortened range, and all the rest. The extra structure deflection. That bonus combat speed is what's kind of worrying me, because that would imply, I could see that in the Hydra, But that implies to me that, what are we going to need the bonus combat speed for? Are we going to be kiting things now? If we're going to be kiting things in the S target, what the fuck happened to the auto concept?
Unless they're going to up the splash and the damage on the radioactive stuff that's going on behind you. So now you need to get closer to these targets and do it faster, so you're not part of that pool.
But if you get too close, those blunderbusses are going to murder you.
Yep.
So I don't know. If things are outranging me, I like speed, right, to get into range, and so maybe the speed just makes up for the lower ballistic range. It's the ballistas I worry about. Blunderbusses, sorry.
Because they'll rip you a new one, as some people like to say.
Yeah.
So,
I have a problem with all of it. One, that first problem. And then second, when the fuck am I supposed to do this shit? Because I'm trying to build these fucking FM fleets. I don't have my Hydras done. What the hell?
Yeah.
See, I'm in a similar position. Although I've got 4 Hydras and I've got 4 Bucks built, and now I've got near enough 2 of the new FM Infernos built. I'm still thinking, like, really? How have I got time to do refits on everything to get it all done?
Yeah, I mean, this one just feels like a risk to put on. Like,
Yeah,
you don't know if this is going to really help you or not. And then, that the Bucc weapon is okay. 15% increase in damage is better than not a 15% increase in damage, but it's not that great.
no.
Like the skirmish escalation weapon, right? Those nightmare torps were a lot better because they were almost double the damage per hit, and so those were overcoming deflections much better. But I don't see this Bucc stuff as being a must build. I'd rather do a lot of other stuff.
Like catch up or do anything other than doing it.
Well, Inferno Dragons.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, and then if you built Chameleons, I'm sorry, but
if you built Chameleons,
here's a UAV you can try. I guess I don't know what else to say. Although, this doesn't seem to have the change. This seems like an old style UAV that does the reload, right? It'll do shots on the same target. The Skyfire style UAV, right, does the chaining where it hops from target to target. And if you had a UAV that chained, I think that'd be kind of cool in these siege targets. But I don't think this is it.
Didn't they add the
it's got the UAV swarm duration of 1. Sorry.
No problem.
Mike, you said that they added the UAV chain to the Chameleon?
Yeah, I believe they did. They made an adjustment last week where they increased the chaining range.
All right, I got to reload the game. I'll check it out. But
Says the chaining range is 50.
Except,
go ahead.
I thought that the chaining range only affected a UAV that had a chain count, and this UAV doesn't have a chain count.
I think the hull does now.
So then any UAV gets chaining?
Hell if I know. I haven't looked at it. It's the Chameleon, man. I haven't really looked at it all that much. I'm going from whatever I just remember reading somewhere. So
yeah, see, right. I don't see it says chain count 1 under attack and chaining range 50. Swarm time cap 1 second. Structure DPS, ship DPS 7,000.
Right, Chameleon.
So is this the reinvention of the UAV with the ship DPS and stuff?
Yeah, well, no, because what's the point if you've got a swarm cap of 1 and a UAV reload of 0.8?
No, swarm cap of 1
second. It's only going to hit once.
A swarm cap of 1 second, a chain count of 1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you can add a special to give you an extra chain.
Right?
That's 2. That's still not that great. Like the Skyfire will chain what, 5 or 6?
6, yeah, total.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this is not necessarily escalation week for the Chameleon. That could be follow on.
Well, no, to be fair, it's, you know, it's escalation.
Well, no, this is really
Surely
not an
this should be
escalation.
Chameleon escalation.
Not particularly, no. Because you would expect it to have better stats than it does. So this would be this is an initial introduction for the Chameleon with a UAV. It's not an escalation.
I don't
Who
know.
gives a fuck? It's the Chameleon. Unless you're going to be building it to do whatever the hell that other failed thing is, expeditions. I mean, who gives a shit?
No,
Here,
exactly.
so I think if you I'll pull this over. So if you take a Chameleon, right, you get, I don't know, there's the UAV power cells, which says UAVs chained to new targets.
Mm-hmm.
And then the UAV battery gave me a +1.
Which gives you 2.
Right, and so it shows the 2 over here.
Right.
You get the 30% splash bonus, and, well, I guess these do have splash. I don't know. God.
Well, and don't forget, I mean, who's to say there's not going to be a UAV CIC coming that'll give you +5 on the chaining?
I wouldn't build Chameleons hoping for that.
Well, I wouldn't
yeah.
either, but I'm saying, who's to say it's not to come? I'm not saying
Yeah,
it will be there.
I'm not being funny though, but fucking who really expects when you've got with 2 specials +2 to get another special that's going to have +5 on it? Really?
You don't know.
I don't know, but the thing is, does it even matter? The reload time is 8, right?
Yeah.
Does it have a? Does it have a? Oh, it has the UAV reload of 0.8. Okay, so that works. That is
Yeah,
still
so you
that's
get
under
2
the 1.
shots because you get the swarm
Okay.
duration of 1. You'll get two of these
2 shots,
3,400 shots.
2 or 1?
2. You get 1 at time 0, and then you'll get 1 at time 0.8, and then
Okay.
it should chain to the next one. I don't know.
Well, what it's
It
really going
used
to
to
do,
be-
this is what's going to happen in reality, because we've seen how the UAVs have worked lately. It's going to dump all its full load right at the beginning, and that's it. And then all that defense crap is not going to show up on the fucking hull because they couldn't get it to work on the cesium.
Got it to work
I
on
just-
this one because that was deflection. This is defense. It does show up on the.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I'm almost impressed.
I will say though, if you can actually get a Harlox Atlas to survive, it absolutely mullers fucking onslaughts, like literally mullers them.
But with which UAV?
With the locusts mostly.
okay.
Hornets are pretty
All right,
good as well.
I missed the good special for chaining. It's the UAV targeting circuitry, gives you chain count +2. I'm sure somebody who's watching
And the
this
hull comes with.
I actually have that on my
Skyfires.
Skyfires. I should have remembered that.
Yeah, I'm looking at my Skyfires now. That's why I saw that. So
and the ship comes with +1. So yeah, you got a chaining of 3.
yeah. So you can get to 3 if you drop UAV targeting circuitry.
Yeah, but it's the shit fucking hull.
Yeah. All right. We spent way too much time on this. Don't build it.
Exactly.
Now we're left with the metal frog.
Yeah. Don't build this either. Anything else?
Well, the other thing that's interesting,
It's
both of
fucking
them,
shit.
Yeah. I mean, it is interesting looking metal frog, but they're both generalist class only. So it's you're only going to put, and there's only the Chameleon has UAV slots. So we're still, I think, in 2017 as far as prescriptive builds, because you can only put this on one ship. Well, don't build the Chameleon, or maybe we should. It doesn't have a home. It doesn't have a message behind it. It'd be nice if
I'm
Kixeye
looking
gave
to
it a
see.
message.
All I'm going to say on the matter is that you may be a biologist, and that's why they're loving to try and give you all of these names.
So, here's something interesting. If you put the stupid-looking frog on your Chameleon, you cannot stack that with UAV targeting circuitry, and you cannot stack it with the UAV battery. So you are stuck to that.
Phenomenal. Oh my goodness.
Something else is coming.
That makes me want to go and build this Chameleon right now. I'm going to stop everything for fuck that.
Something else is coming.
All right, let's look at.
Hello.
Let's change the subject. Because there's nothing else on the screen, because there is no Hydra escalation weapon.
Yay!
I'm feeling really good about my strategy, by the way, of focusing on Hydras for this second raid.
I'm sorry, were you saying something, Larry? I was kind of focused on something else. Sorry.
Yeah, I know. I can talk while looking at those as well.
But nobody knows. Nobody is paying attention to why she is there, right?
I don't think anyone gives a fuck why she's there.
No.
She's there. I mean, we're appreciating it.
Okay. Nobody watches Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Okay.
Hydra? I don't know.
Yeah, Madam Hydra / Venom. Okay.
Oh, okay, that's who that is. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Ava.
Now we got it all figured out. Yeah. Okay.
Ava. Okay, so yeah, first raid, right? I had $4 ready, and then I basically ignored them between the first raid and the second raid and built Hydras, and I was quite pleased with the results. And now I don't have to touch my Hydras, and I can go back to building a boon and putting a little more armor on my Bucks.
See, I enjoyed the fact that I built Hydras and Bucks. I built 3 of each, and my three Hydras I put 2 ballistics and 1 rad on, and was autoing the Hydra's layers for 0 coin damage on the map, and just carried on doing that. It's good. I loved it.
Okay, what do you actually mean by autoing?
Oh God! Don't. Can we move on?
Hail Hydra.
Okay. Co-op TLC is back. Maybe it won't totally suck this time. I
heard it was just as hard as last time.
Okay.
That's depressing. Because we all know these aren't luxury items anymore. I mean, this is a necessity in the fucking game.
You were supposed to make your boats better. You had a week. What took you so long? I take it you don't like sarcasm tonight, George.
Oh no, I'm just fine with sarcasm. I don't know. There are certain aspects.
He's fine with sarcasm.
It's
upset with all the shit that's going on.
There's so many things that just rub me the wrong way, and it's awesome that they want to give out the damn charged armor. That's fantastic, because it's needed, and the way that the target's designed, you're fucked if you don't have it. So why in the hell do you make it so fucking hard to get it?
Exactly.
They can.
All right.
To be fair, though, I'm not being funny, but
it's co-opable.
It's probably actually more coin to do it this way than it would be to get it in raid.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But it's co-opable, so you can help a friend get it, right?
Yeah. So if you've got a rich friend who wants to spend 100 for you to get fucking 2 charged armors, that's fine.
Yeah.
All right. So is the general consensus fuck this TLC?
Oh wait,
until someone figures it out. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'm confused because if you look at it,
You're always confused.
it says completion prize only for the person who started the TLC.
Wait,
Well, exactly. This
what?
is what I'm saying.
Oh,
This
you
is
gotta
what
be
I'm saying by the
fucking
fact
kidding
that
me.
No, see, target
Bucks
1,
and
both
stuff.
players receive small legion. Target 2, both players receive medium legion. Target 3, both players receive large legion. Completion prize only for the person who started the TLC.
Fuck
Well-
that.
Well, so it's clear. So you could do it for yourself. When you do it yourself, you get these, and when you do it for someone else, you
You
get
get those, right?
yeah. So you get 3 charged
it's-
armors if you're helping somebody else, and some tokens.
If the target was reasonable, that wouldn't be a bad thing. If the fact that you have to dump hull after hull into it, that's when it becomes a problem. Because otherwise, I think the price structure is. I think it's actually generous with a reasonable target.
There's that keyword there that I think doesn't apply.
If it was a Hydra's lair target from the last raid, that's fine. If it's not, then yeah.
Okay.
I think you're going to be disappointed.
Yeah, and Cuttlefish said is if you have the fleet to do this, you don't need the armor.
Yeah.
Again, a very good point right there.
All right. To march to war again, maybe, and get some more Conqueror build tokens. I know I'm building up a lot of Conqueror build tokens, just waiting for. Since I didn't get onslaughts, I'm still waiting to build some Conquerors.
I didn't get the Viscerator last time because when it first had come out, I just kind of wasn't all that impressed, and then things changed. And surprise.
Yeah, I like the Eviscerator.
To be fair,
Okay.
I just want the Chaos Chain Gun. Really, to be fair, didn't have the chance last 2 times round because I
You're
didn't
being
have
fair to
fangs.
who?
No, but I think Earth is actually hiding the fact he wants the kinetic motion cannon. Really, what he wants.
Oh, is that what it is?
Oh no, I don't. I don't
mean,
want
the
it
chaos
anymore.
chain gun is why not.
I don't want it anymore. I don't need it
Why not? Okay,
because I don't need it
alrighty.
anymore. I don't need it anymore.
You see that?
I've got the X2 now, and my Maxim Amiga Maxim thing is doing fine. It's fine. It's all good.
I think the
Because
kinetic
most
motion
people who try
cannon.
the thing is that most people who try to now like get rid of my ships in my base, if they're all set up for the kinetic, and now so my now Amiga Gatlin is caning the fuck out of Ritz. That is a general prep fleet now, and shut up, cat.
I could put my dog on the mic. He's snoring right now.
Okay. That's fine. We don't need it anymore.
There's gonna be some Chinese food if that cat doesn't shut up real quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
and
so,
it is.
So I'm kind of quite good against Ritz because everybody's built them for kinetic. So quite good at that for defense wise against that. Obviously, I've got the 2 new X's in, which is pretty good against the onslaughts. So yeah, I'm all right for a minute. It's kind of swung the other way. What my major issue is at the minute is I can't really hit shit because I don't have anything to hit the higher
Maybe
end.
you need
bases.
some Eviscerators and some build tokens.
Yeah, so I'm a bit stuck that way now. So it's kind of I've swung from being able to hit most things to not being able to hit a lot. But I swung from being smashed constantly to being all right. So that's all right.
Okay.
We'll get there.
Okay.
All right. And that's it. Enjoy your Ring of Fire. after you eat
No.
spicy food.
No,
Dragon.
there's another issue on this picture. Does anybody
Oh,
notice
it's-
what the issue is?
What's the other issue?
There's no range ring for anything else.
Oh,
No. Yes. No, well, this is because somebody else took the picture. But the actual ring of the Dragon Breath ring is not this solid ring.
It's bigger than what it says, right?
It's the end of these fire pool things, like up at the top. Do you notice that one ship is already getting debuff from it? On the bottom, on the left side, bottom
Yeah, I see
left. You see the distance between that and the actual ring.
Yeah, and I actually noticed
So
today
that's,
I brought some into some targets, and the fire breath thingy, the flamethrower shit, was happening farther out than that ring. So yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, so it's. I mean, everybody likes, because this is a break off of the. What was the previous one that sort of looked like this that everybody liked with the black and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But they need to. I forget the name of that effect, but they need to bring. I think they need to push it out.
I do apologise to butt in, but all I want to say is that the graphics look really cool.
They look cool, but they're just incorrect, is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, no, but
What a picky fucking bastard!
Oh, she's
got to give credit where credit's due. The targets and the new ships look really cool.
Yeah. I'm not sure if you're trolling me or not, but yeah, the issue is the fact that the range is off probably about a range of 10. So if they want to keep this and have the players understand what's going on, they should probably push the solid ring on the outside and then have the little flame effect go on the inside, because I think it's actually tracking what's going on at the top of this one. That's the range it's actually occurring at, which is not very reliable as far as visually. Basically, you need to look and figure out when your targets are getting debuffed, and that's why I wanted to bring this up for people. I know Arf thinks it looks cool, but it's I can think about other things to say that look cool that are good for you, but whatever. Yeah, you understand the message here, right? I mean, she may have monstrous tits that are just flowing out, but yeah, she's not good for you.
Dead air.
I like the dead air. I'm just waiting.
Sorry,
yeah. Okay.
Bosoms, yes.
No, sorry,
we can go with bosoms.
Earth's just trying to figure out. Wait,
I'm an
what?
uneducated buffoon.
No. I'm just tossing out there that they may want to change this graphic so it's more useful to the player base. That's all I'm throwing in there. I
just want to put it out there that it looks really cool, and that's all that fucking matters, apparently.
And so he wants to play with it.
Okay.
Well, he did say
he's going to be off autoing. But I did post the link to the Hangouts on YouTube chat in case anybody would like to join us before we go to the after show. We are on the YouTube. Today's the day, or yesterday was the day that Today's the day that everybody lost their monetization that don't have 1,000 subscribers. So
they what?
We don't have
today was
no
the
more
day
monetization unless you have 1,000 subscribers
1,000.
and X amount of time watched, and on mine I have 4 or 6 times as the requirement for the watch time, but I have only 400 people subscribed. So No more test coins. I used to get like, I don't know, 20 coins a month worth of views to help me test some stuff, so I lost it.
20
Oh
coins?
well. Yeah, about 20 coins.
I
I didn't do a lot of videos,
Yeah.
so I'm just taking like the average out over the time.
Okay.
I mean, there were
I
some months
assumed
that
it
were
was more than 20 coins, but okay. We haven't. The show's never been monetized, so I didn't even actually realize what
well, you have a lot more views than I do.
Oh, wait, I think you have more views. We just have a lot more view time.
I don't think so.
But
I don't know. Either way, it's done. It's over. I mean, until I hit 1,000 subscribers, then I can start again or something. I don't know. Who knows? We'll see.
so
Okay.
what's on the right
So
hand
what George
side?
is saying is actually get all your mums, dads, sisters, brothers all to subscribe to
Yeah,
George.
your dogs, your cats,
Yeah.
your neighbors. I mean,
I started
Yeah.
a push for George, and we got him like 80 more subscribers.
So wait.
That's-
I
I'm
think
I'm
Nantucket
impressed
wants to
about so much
subscribe.
stuff.
He moved.
There we go.
He's just chilling out.
He just turned over.
Well, after he sodomized that panda.
Oh man,
Yeah.
He's
I
ready.
don't want to know.
Yeah.
Larry,
Yeah.
Larry, you need to get on it right now and make him an account.
I think he'd be more popular than George.
To
Well,
be fair, I
pissed
think
him off.
that's probably the case.
He just growled at me. I don't think he wants an account.
Yeah. I mean, send George some videos of him sodomizing that stuffed panda, and maybe
I don't
George
put
get
that
a lot
stuff
more
on
viewers.
video. He's only 7 years old.
Oh man.
Well,
Welcome to the crib, folks.
All right. Is there anything else we want to talk about live? I have posted the link on the right-hand side for anybody that would like to join us. Did that a couple minutes ago. It doesn't appear that anybody would like to join us live. Is there anything anybody would like to talk about? Ram, you joined late. Is there anything that we missed that you think that we should cover?
Dude, Rum went to get his fucking crab legs, man.
Okay. All right. Well.
I gotta go cook dinner. Shit. That actually just reminded me.
Okay.
Yay, fun times.
Irf has talked about all sorts of stuff. I mean, some of the things that you will hear on the after show is, I post videos of really skinny girls, competitive eaters, and Irf gets on their channel and complains of how they cook the food. So, these are things that you can really appreciate during the after show. I think you missed that, Larry. That was
Yeah, I missed that.
Yeah.
I think Larry might be happy that he missed that one.
Probably. I'm all in trouble today. Sorry.
Everybody
I can't even remember. It's terrible.
Yeah, she was cutting tomatoes the wrong way. It was a whole mess. Yeah. So.
Was she cutting them through the equator?
Yeah.
It's not right. She was cutting them wrong. Really, really wrong. And she said that it was an English breakfast and it didn't have any black pudding on it.
Black pudding.
It was like 105. It was like 105-pound girl eating like 10,000 calorie breakfast, and he just got all wrapped up in the fact that how she was actually cooking this food. It was these are the things that you get in the after show that you probably don't get anywhere else. But so Magic Mike, anything? Magic Mike or Ed, do you have anything to add before we go to the after show?
No, pretty much everything else was covered. I did notice a few spots on some of the 80s, like was mentioned that the ships the Bucks would stop and just kind of spin once in a while.
I will say though, that chick, I I would tap that ship.
You don't say.
You mean Miss Hydra?
No, I think he's talking about the
Oh,
one.
the
that-
105.
I think he's talking about the
No, no,
tomato
no.
chick.
The one
The-
that ate
the
the
English
10,000
breakfast?
calorie breakfast. Yeah.
I would, but
She was actually Miss New Zealand at one point, I think. So
yeah,
yeah,
I know, but
and then
I would have to teach you how to cut tomatoes, right? Because that's just like, sacrilege and shit.
Yeah. No, we understand
All right.
her. If we feel your pain. So, all
Not
right,
really.
I'm going to end the show.
All right.
And,
Good night. I just found some 115s, so I'm gonna hit them.
All right.
All right.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah.
Good night.
Night.